Hello and welcome back to Vintage Gaming Memories. Thank you for your interest and time to check out this video. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the channel. Please be sure to subscribe and visit often. It does help me grow this channel as well as understand what you guys like to see. And if this is a return visit, thank you so much for coming back. In this video, we will explore this game, which is the largest handheld game in my collection, and I do put in quotes handheld. It's borderline handheld and tabletop, I guess, but we'll get into it in a little bit. You can barely see the box, but the game itself is shown, and this is Baseball by Microelectronics that came out in 1977. It was licensed and sold by LJN Toys, which I have another product from them that I did a video on called I Took a Lickin' from a Chicken. So if you haven't checked that out yet, I have the link right here on the top right, and that will get you right to it. In that video, I do cover the history of LJN, which is pretty interesting, not to mention the chicken game itself. It's quite unique. As for this baseball game, it's been noted as one of the first, if not the first, electronic baseball game made available to the consumers. Now, you'd think, why not go small? But I guess they went big, and as you know, everything goes big first and it gets smaller and more portable. So I do have a few baseball games in my collection, and the closest to this one coming out in 1977 is my Entex Electronics Baseball, which came out in 1978. And the next one I have would be a Coleco head-to-head baseball game that came out in 1980. At least in my collection, this is by far the oldest baseball game. And again, like I said, I've read it elsewhere online about it being one of the first, if not the first. I bought this one from eBay about 2 months ago for about $47, which I think was a pretty good deal. As you can see, barely, you could see I have the box as well. The game and the box are very large. The game measures 14 inches wide by 10.5 inches deep by 4 inches tall. This is probably the most amazing thing, or probably not amazing, but surprising thing, because it's pretty light right now. But when you put the batteries in, the 6D size batteries in, this thing weighs 4 pounds and 1 ounce. So this is quite heavy, as well as it being large. And I get that some would say this is like a tabletop. I mean, it barely even fits the camera view here. But you can't hold it. You could really hold it in your hands while you play. I mean, the batteries are not in it now, but even with the batteries in it, it is able to be held in your hand and played. It's not clumsy or unbalanced. Even with the batteries in, you could definitely do that, or even on your lap. So it does not require a level table or level playing area in order to play this. It's not like it's got things that's going to roll off, or you really need to have it stable and press hard on it. You just really need to hold it and press one of these 4 buttons when it's your time. But we'll get into that. Let's take a quick look at the box here. Let me move some things around to get a better view. So it does have some great color on it. You can see the play field looks pretty nice. Pretty interesting to see that the scoreboard is right on center field itself. But it looks like it's a huge game with not much going on as far as buttons here. It does say, let's see here, get a good view here. It's got 4 bullet points. Manage your own ball team. Put in pinch hitters. Put in relief pitchers. Outguess your opponent. Based on that, it sounds like you're really managing this. You're not really playing the game, you're managing the team that's playing. But we'll see more about that. Over here, I thought this was quite funny. Baseball shown for effect only. Apparently, they wanted to make sure they weren't doing any false advertisement and kind of misleading people thinking a baseball would be included. But by the looks of this thing, you would think you could fit at least a few baseballs in here. Let's see. Here's the LJN logo and name, distributed by them, made in Hong Kong, distributed by LJN Toys, New York. And that's about it. I think it's pretty much the same on all sides with the pictures and just the image of it. Yeah, that's about it. There are no instructions that came with this, which is fine because it's quite easy to play, as you're going to see in a second. And I think that's it. Let's get right to the game now. So on this play field here, you really see not much going on. It looks pretty basic, right? I mean, it's a big game. You'd think there's a lot more to press or to do on the play field here to play this game. You really have 4 essential buttons here, and 2 are used for when you're pitching and 2 are used for when you're batting. And then you've got your slider switch, which is your off, reset, and on. But with these 4 buttons, like I said, you've got a relief pitcher button, which is in red, and it has a picture of a pitcher on it, and it has RP. Let's see if we can show that, just to give you the details. And then you've got the white button, which has a picture of a pitcher on it, and it says pitch. Then on the right side, you have a picture of a batter on this white button, and it says bat below it. And then the last button is a blue button with a picture of a batter as well, and that has the letters PH on the button, and that's for a pinch hitter. Then on the baseball field itself, you have 5 bulbs, red bulbs, and that just indicates the positions of the pitcher, batter, first base, second, and third. Let's look at the scoreboard, though. That has all the details. So let's tilt this a little bit. Hopefully, there we go. So this scoreboard says baseball by ME from Microelectronics. And then on the first section, you have the score for visitor, inning, and home. Then you have it's actually divided left and right. The left side of the scoreboard is for visitors, right side is for the home team. You do have an option to put in 2 relief pitchers in, and it tells you how many you have remaining. You have 3 outs, obviously, per inning. Below that is your pinch hitters remaining. You can put 3 pinch hitters in a game, and it's on each side. And then it tells you if there's a relief pitcher or pinch hitter in currently for that inning. And then in the last section is who's at bat currently, if it's lit up for visitor or for the home team. And then there's this middle part with letters O, W, 1B, 2B, 3B, SF, DP, and home run. So these are the things that you can actually do when you're at bat. You have O is for an out, W is for a walk, 1B is first base, and so on and so forth. So with all that being shown and known right off the bat, no pun intended, you get the impression that this game isn't really about fielding the ball, whether you're in the outfield or the infield, or determining what kind of pitch you want to give your pitcher to send to the batter, or even timing of your batter to swing at a pitch that's being delivered. This really seems all more about managing, right? You just manage your relief pitchers and your pinch hitter. But there is a little bit of a batting, I guess, luck, we'll call it. And we'll get into that more when I turn this thing on. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the impression you get. And they do tell you that, like I said, from the box on the outside, about it is a way to manage your own team and try to outguess your opponent. That's pretty much it from the top side of the game. On the bottom, you do have your instructions, basic instructions. And then you've got your speaker vent here. And then you get your huge trunk of a battery compartment. Look at that. It actually echoes when I opened it. Now, it is large. It's definitely, I don't think I have a game that holds more batteries than this, 6 D-size batteries. And it's very clean, which I'm happy to say. And I think, there's also 4 rubber footings on each corner here. And that's it. I do have one more thing here. You do have a chance to utilize your AC adapter in case you don't want to keep going through those batteries. So that's nice. So now let's put some batteries in to weigh this down and have it become a true anchor, and we'll turn it on. I've got the 6 D-size batteries in. I have this propped up on an angle so it can be better displayed on the camera, and I have the lights dimmed as well. Okay, so let's turn this on and light up the field. And there we go. You can hopefully, yes you can, you can see the score 0-0, first inning. Both teams have 2 relief pitchers available, and the pinch hitters have 3 available for both teams. And here's the funny thing: who's at bat first? The home team. If I remember playing baseball as a child, the home team doesn't bat first. They pitch. They have their last at bat. So don't know why the home team's batting first and the visitors are pitching, but we'll go with it. Comment below if you have this game or if you understand why this is the way it shows, because I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I'm curious too. How many of you actually seen this game or even heard of this game before? Because I have not until a friend of mine mentioned it. I think it's a pretty cool piece of baseball, handheld baseball history, because if it really is the first one, it is a very unique one at that. Getting back to the game here, let's just see how this gameplay goes, because there are 4 buttons. It is separated between the pitching side versus the batting side here. We are ready to go. Nothing is lit up on the infield as far as these 5 bulbs, but once you as the pitcher decide whether or not you're going to pitch, or actually as the manager decide whether or not the pitcher will pitch or put a relief pitcher in, then it will light up. So let's say we're going to pitch because we just started the game. Both the pitcher's mound lights up for the pitcher as well as the batter. And now it is flashing here quickly back and forth with the various options that the batter can actually have when he's at bat. So when you press the bat button, it will stop on one of those options. A matter of luck, right? I guess you could try to time it, but it's flashing so fast, I don't really think you can. Yeah, I meant to do that, right? It was a triple. So it landed on 3B. My batter hit that ball really great. There's no fielding. It just was a perfect triple. And now the batter or the batter now is on third base. No outs. And let's just say I am going to want to put a relief pitcher in already. If I hit the relief pitcher button, you'll see that change to 1 remaining. So now I have 1 remaining as the visitors. And I will pitch. And there it goes again. Let's see if I can bring that runner home. Great, I got a double. So now that run came home, and now it's only lit for second base. And the score is 1-0. First inning, home team is winning. Let's make an out so you can hear the sound, because there is no volume control, and I do have it propped up, but it's still pretty loud. Let's see here. We'll pitch. Let's go for an out. That's an out. Quite loud. That's pretty much the game. I mean, it's back and forth of just doing the pitch and bat, pitch and bat. There, besides the home team coming to bat first, which was kind of odd, I did play it all the way through 9 innings. It's a 2-player game, obviously, but I wanted to see if it maybe gave some kind of sound at the end or some, indication of who won. You can tell by the scoreboard, but maybe it gave something extra. It really didn't. What it did was it went to the 10th inning, even though one team was winning. It wasn't a tie score. It would have been nice if it had maybe like an intro in the beginning, a little bit of a sound to start off the game, and maybe if it did actually had the visitors bat first and not the home team, and maybe if it didn't show the 10th inning when it was clearly a winner. Other than that, I shouldn't be picky, right? I couldn't create something like this. This is a pretty cool game. I think it was definitely worth the price I paid getting the box and this game and having it displayed. I mean, it's pretty cool to see how it progressed from being this large to something that really did fit in one hand. Yes, I could probably hold it in one hand, but can I really press buttons? Not really. And again, I kind of say it's a little bit of a handheld / tabletop. You really don't have to have 2 people playing at the same time. That's the other thing. Because it is separated off, you're not really always having to be on the right side and the left side and switching back and forth. If you're going to be pitching, you just decide what you want to do, hit it, and then give it to the person that's batting, and then they decide when they want to press the bat button or put a pinch hitter in. Pretty simple. I don't think this game really takes too much to figure out how to play. It does, I guess, give you some skill sets with managing a team in the very basic concept of, wow, I'm getting smashed. My scores, they're killing me at 10-0. I better put a different pitcher in. Or maybe I'm not even scoring. I better put a better batter in. That's about it. Oh, the reset button, so you don't have to turn it all the way off. If you want to play another game, you just go to reset and it'll clear the scoreboard. And it's like that, and you turn it back on, and then you're ready to go with another game. That's all I have to show on this game. I thought it was a pretty cool addition to my collection that I just got recently. Let me know again in the comments if you actually have this or have seen this, because I really am interested in wondering, because I never heard of this game. I just really appreciate your time and watching it. And until next time, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.